In 2023, we went to
18 countries.
See what we've done this year and what our plans are for next year.
2024.
We're Rich and Robin,
And these are our midlife adventures.
living in and out of our midlife van.
Buenos dias.
We are in Baja California, and
For the second time this year.
it is December, the middle of December. 2023 has come and almost
And just
gone.
Just flew by. But we've done a lot. We've seen a lot this year. It's
We have.
crazy.
We've done a lot this year for sure. So we started in January
Yeah, and we shot
on a cruise.
Yeah, we shot out to Florida and then went down to the Caribbean, and that was pretty cool. It was saw a few different places that we've never seen before, so it's nice to see the Caribbean.
So after our cruise, we then came down here to Baja.
With some new friends.
Yeah, for almost 6 weeks. I think
Yes.
5.5.
I thought it was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took the van to Tiny Fest in San Diego in March and showed off the van and did a lot of tours.
Yeah, which is always fun. It's always great to see people that are very interested in building a van, and so giving them the inside scoop, and so hopefully they went home with a bunch of good ideas.
And then after Tiny Fest, we had some friends from Dave and Donna, Relish Van Life,
Yes.
came down from Tacoma, brought the van that they're working on, and
We helped them. Yeah, we helped them about a year before, and then we helped them finish. I mean, it's not total finish.
No.
I don't think a van is ever finished, but we got a lot of progress, and I think they've been able to enjoy it since then.
Yeah. So that was mid to end March. In March, I headed to New York with my
The
mom,
girls'
my
trip.
daughter, and my niece, and my sister-in-law. And then as soon as I got back, Rich and I headed on a trip to Chicago just
Yes,
for a couple days.
Yeah, we flew to Chicago, kind of.
Then we did this thing. We got out of the van and we tried out
Yeah.
RV life.
RV life, which we've done before,
Yeah.
but it was a little bit different with this one, and so yeah,
There were some brand new RVs in Indiana.
in Indiana that,
That
needed
needed
to
to
get
be-
to California.
Yeah. So we volunteered
Yeah.
to drive one out.
And so then we spent what, 2 weeks?
No, I think we spent a month.
Okay. We spent a long time. We spent a few weeks.
Yeah,
We
at
spent-
least 3. Yeah.
We spent a few weeks driving from Indiana, going through Ohio. Then we went and visited friends
In
in Ohio,
Tennessee,
and then
yep.
Tennessee, and then in Missouri, and then we had
Visited friends in Texas.
and then
Visit our son in Colorado.
Yeah, so it was
we
really
kind of.
it was different because it wasn't our van,
Right.
But it was different.
I would say we zigzagged, but we didn't really zigzag. We kind of did a U and
Yeah,
then over.
we weren't in a hurry, and
No.
it was just nice. So that was nice. And
So that
then-
was the end of April, and then I jumped on a cruise
Yeah, with
with
your
my mom and sister-in-law back down to Baja, but
Yeah.
just a few days and one stop in Baja. Just a quick trip.
right.
Yeah, and
then
then-
from there,
And then it was May all of a sudden,
and what did we do?
and in May, we took our first flights with our Frontier Airlines
Oh,
Go
yeah.
Wild Pass.
We started our Go Wild Frontier Pass, annual pass, and so started using the heck out of that. And then so we went to, that was
We
Philadelphia.
flew to Philadelphia, down to Charleston.
And then
Charleston took the train to Savannah.
Savannah back to Philly.
Back on Frontier,
and then back
yeah.
home. And then we did another trip.
Well, then we got sick.
Yeah.
So that was May. Then in June,
We took our first
international
trip.
flight.
And where'd we go, Robin?
Our first international Frontier flight, not our first international trip.
Yes.
And we went to,
Costa Rica.
Rich talked me into tent camping, a rooftop tent on a
Suzuki Jimny.
4x4.
It was a 4-wheel drive, manual 6-speed transmission, and which was cool. We were able to go where we wanted to go, and then no reservations or anything. Just kind of pop around, and then let's camp here, let's camp there. I kind of like doing the van.
We flew in with no itinerary, just some ideas. Didn't have anything planned.
Costa Rica is beautiful. We saw so much, but you know what? We
saw such a small part of it.
We have not seen enough,
yes.
So we definitely need to go back. So that was quite the experience.
Yeah, so that was June, and then also June we did another trip to see family,
Yep.
and then July 4th, we started a big adventure that lasted
a month,
over a month.
33 days to be exact.
Well,
33 days on the cruise. So, oh yeah, almost 40 days. So yeah, we left and flew into London, sightseed around London for a few days, and then shot over to Dover by train, and then we boarded the Carnival Pride for 33 days. It didn't start off. We originally set off to do 21 days.
Yes.
But then we had some issues on the boat. They gave us some credits. We added a third cruise to it.
And we went to
20 countries. No, 10 countries.
But on the third cruise, we were able to go to Iceland.
We had 4 stops in Iceland, which is really cool.
33 days of cruising, 10 countries, 18 ports.
Yes,
we saw a lot.
Amazing. It was just be able to see that much of Europe was really, really cool. And to be able to do that all without having to, you know, figure out, okay, where we're gonna hotel, or, you know, if we're gonna, you know, boondock here or whatever. It was just all on the ship. So we really haven't been big cruisers, but now we're starting to get into cruising a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
because that was cruise 3, well, cruise 5, 3, 4, and 5 for me. Cruise 2, 3, and 4 for you for the year.
Yes.
So we flew back in August. And we had a 2-week barely break at home in California.
Kind of recoup a little bit,
and then
get things tidied up.
We flew to Seattle to meet family for an Alaskan cruise
on Princess. And so that was cool. So that was cool with your parents and your brother and sister-in-law to be able to just have a whole lot of, you know, family time with them, you know.
We did a float plane tour, a train tour, we rented a car, we saw some glaciers, so that was fun.
Yes.
And stopped into Victoria, Canada for an evening, a very short evening.
A short evening, but at least we touched it,
And then we spent a couple days in Seattle before flying home. And then, by then, it was September.
And what did we do in September?
Gosh, September, we flew, once again with Frontier, to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and did our first all-inclusive
7 days, 7 nights.
We did 5 nights, all-inclusive.
Oh, okay. Really? That was
and so we did this flights with our Frontier Go Wild Pass for only taxes, and we stayed at the Secrets Cap Cana for
0. It was amazing. It's like Robin said, it was our first time doing all-inclusive. It'll probably be our only time doing all-inclusive because it's so expensive. But we got it for 0 because Robin's been working the system.
Working the credit cards.
Working all these credit cards and getting all these points. We're able to add them all up, and that gave us a free. I mean, we had a personal it was a butler. It was a butler that, you know, was, you know, with us like all the time, asking us what we needed to do. You know, we kayaked, we snorkeled, we jumped on some bikes and cruised around.
We took a tour into
he set us up with a van, and we shot into town to get the real life of Dominican Republic, because obviously at the resort is not the real life.
No.
But I mean, the employees, everybody working at that resort was just
amazing.
So friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just from the small little glimpse we saw, it's a beautiful country, and I think we're gonna have to go back, Robin.
So then that was the end of September. We had 1.5 days, and Rich then went out on his own adventure.
We did our annual guys trip out to Paiute Trail in Utah. Instead of ATVs, instead of quads, we actually did side-by-sides, which I was not too excited about at first, but I fell in love with it. And so I think, well, we may be buying a side-by-side.
Ooh,
or probably not.
Probably not. Just rent it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So then after that trip, it was October.
Yeah.
And we kind of did some family stuff.
Yeah.
Some family trips, some family visits, some family
get up there, help them with the
memorials and stuff.
So unfortunately.
And then the end of October, we flew to Kauai.
Yeah, just Robin and I. It was nice to do 7 nights.
7
we
nights.
had done Princeville, or in Kauai, yeah. So we had 7 nights in Kauai. It was just nice to be able to just snorkel every single day.
Almost.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
was just nice to
Did a little
you know,
hiking.
Kauai is so beautiful. If you haven't been to Kauai, I mean, we definitely miss Maui, and,
Yeah.
and our hearts are with them, but it is nice to get back into Kauai and spend some time with
It is a
slow
little
pace.
more spendy, even though we had some budget accommodations that we got a deal on,
Yes.
and we used points for a couple nights. The rental car was over $400 for a week. And
Yeah,
the food we did everything on a budget, but yeah.
Costco and everything, but
we
yeah.
got budget flights. We flew to Kauai from San Diego for $60
It's
one way.
Crazy. Hawaiian Airlines,
Yeah.
yes.
So that was a
then
deal.
That was
We came back beginning of November.
yes. And then
We spent a couple weeks at home. We did some maintenance around
we had to do a lot
Yeah.
of maintenance, and we did some
and some prep for the van.
On the van, we
to
actually
get
had to
it
go through
Baja
the,
ready.
Yeah, the AGM batteries that we installed 4 years ago.
4.5,
yeah, we finally kind of came to end of life on that, so it gave a good opportunity to take advantage of smoking deals. The LiFePO 4 batteries, the lithium iron phosphate batteries, are now down to $200 for 100 amp hour batteries. So snagged 3 of those and converted our system, which didn't take much at all, into that, and we've been enjoying the longevity of all that. So we'll see how that goes with more and more testing. But yes, we did a little more prep on the van to get ready for be Baja ready.
So then after Thanksgiving, we crossed the border
Yes.
and through Tijuana, and we headed down to where we are now.
Yeah,
we
so we
spent
did
3 weeks in Baja.
and pretty much did the whole peninsula.
Yeah.
You know, we actually went in through Tijuana and then
Yeah.
went down the Pacific side, then did a whole bunch of sites that we've been accustomed to. Spent time with your brother and sister-in-law.
Went fishing for the first
Yeah.
time in Baja.
Robin got this huge, massive Dorado,
Dorado.
not Durango, a Dorado.
3 Dorados.
Yeah, so yeah, we and then now we're at the tail end of that, and we're gonna jump into Havasu for a little bit to visit some friends
For a birthday party
and then head home to then collect hopefully the kids
And do some Christmas.
and do get some Christmas. So that brings us till the end of the year.
end of 2023.
2023 has been a beautiful year. How many countries have we seen this year?
18 countries this year, Rich.
18 countries that we didn't set off the year to see that many
Nope,
countries,
just
but
happened.
guess what? We just stumbled into it.
And there was
so-
no planning of this. Everything was maybe a month, or most of the cruise was 2 months in advance. That was it.
Yeah, so it's been great to be able to see all that and do all that. It still kept a really tight budget.
What are our plans for 2024, Rich? Do we have any?
We really don't.
We do for January,
Can we do for January?
And that's
'Cause
it.
And that's
because
it.
we don't plan too far ahead.
No,
but
because we don't have to.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's nice to kind of find some last minute deals.
And go.
It's nice to just be able to snag those up and go. So yeah, 2024. Let's go to
2024.
Cancun.
We did book our Cancun a few months in advance, only because we have a timeshare that we have
for-
never used in Cancun. We've always transferred it for
We've
Hawaii
had
or
the
Maui.
timeshare. We've had the timeshare for like 15 years,
So
and
we're going
we've never
to,
been there.
So we're going to Cancun.
Let's go to Cancun and check out our property.
So we were able to, with a pre-booking deal that Frontier had for the Go Wild passes, we were able to book our flight leaving Cancun.
But not going.
But not going. So we have used some points to hold a flight going in case we can't get one, because for international Frontier Go Wild
Yeah,
pass,
10 days before.
yeah, so we
we
have a
around
couple more
Christmas.
weeks till we can book
Yeah.
that flight.
And so we feel pretty confident we'd be able to get there.
Yeah.
If not, we have the backup of the American Airlines.
So our flight leaving Cancun actually goes to Baltimore, because we're going to go see Sprint Slow for the night.
Yes, it's been
Yeah.
a while to see it
It's been
since we
it'll
saw
be
them.
2 years since we saw
Yeah,
them when we
so it'd be
when we
nice
see
to
them.
catch up to them.
And then we're taking the Amtrak train up to New York.
Yep, and then a couple days in New York.
Yeah, and then we're going to get on a cruise in New York
And
in the
we're-
winter.
In shorts?
I'm bringing some long
Oh.
pants.
Because where are we going?
We're going to go to the Bahamas.
Bahamas from New York.
We've
Seems
never-
kind of wacky,
We've
but
never
we're
been
doing it.
We've never been to the Bahamas.
No.
But our
So-
first stop will be in Miami, and we've been there
Yes,
shortly,
yes,
briefly
yeah.
before. So,
So we're gonna do Miami, and then we have what, 3 more stops in the
I think so,
Bahamas,
yeah.
and then shoot back to New York. We got another day or 2 in New
a
York,
couple more days in New York,
and then shoot back home.
and then we're waiting for Relish Van Life to tell us,
Yes.
to give us the okay of
Come
when we're going
on.
to cross back into Baja. So we will be back into Baja
We think in February.
February, March. So hopefully
Yes. We
sooner
think-
than later.
Yes, let's do it.
So follow along. If you haven't seen some of our videos, we know we haven't gotten the whole year posted yet, but they are coming.
Yeah.
So
Robin is working 24 hours a day trying to whip out these videos. I've been throwing them up in the cloud and she's been pulling them down.
So the links to the current videos are below in the description, and as we post them, we'll add the links. Check out our videos.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
For God's sake, subscribe. Tell your friends.
Hit that notification bell.
Ding that bell.
And if you like our videos, hit that like button.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the new year.
Adios, amigos.